Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Thank you, Vivian. You guys did a great job. Everybody, thank you. Tech team, all. So, Vivian, we missed you.
I'm hoping you would.
Yes, of course. We got some amazing people here today, a couple minutes behind. My apologies. Let's keep time integrity. We will catch up. Vivian, who do we have?
We have Ragini in from Fair Lawn, New Jersey in the house. She's excited. For over 15 years, Ragini was a registered medical assistant and served as supervisor and office manager at Advanced Pediatrics. Today, she's a realtor at Keller Williams. And as an Indian woman, she wants to pay it forward by educating young Indian women in a social environment. So welcome, Ragini Dunn. Are you on? We can't hear you. Can you
Whoa.
Welcome to Burn Bright, run a solo business built to last.
Hello.
We're having issues with the audio. Ragini, you muted yourself, I think, dear.
All right, let's move on with intros and let's tech team. Let's find out how we can support. Thank you. So who else we have, Vivian?
Oh my God, and from Nashville, Tennessee, we have AJ Calvin in the house. Woo!
What up? How's it going, everybody?
Yay. He went from gaining global experience in security, event planning, and all aspects of producing large-scale music events to director of Big Machine Records, representing artists like Taylor Swift, Sean, Rascal Flatts, Sugarland, and Steven Tyler. In fact, he toured with Steven Tyler from Aerosmith for 5.5 years. Today, he's partner at CoAct Agency, a diverse community of top creatives, and helps brand people and communities amplify their story in impactful ways. So welcome, AJ Calvin.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to see what this program's about and just happy to be here with y'all.
AJ, thanks for being here, man, and appreciate you. How about a fun fact from the world of AJ?
Gosh, I've been to over 50 countries. I think I've prayed in every temple, synagogue, Shinto, any kind of religion. I've prayed in their temples and felt that in the world. And I feel like everybody should do that at one point in their life. It's pretty amazing.
That's awesome. Well, AJ, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you. Well, Mia says, actually, what is your favorite genre of music? So I heard a number of different ones there. What's your favorite music genre?
Oh man, that's really tough for me. It's all about mood, right? Music is such a mood these days more than a genre, and I think we're really headed that way in both radio and streaming. That music is a mood, so it's really what I'm feeling at the time. But I gotta love my rock and roll.
All right, and obviously Aerosmith. Who's some other artists that you appreciate?
Yeah. Aerosmith, like I said, spent 5.5 years there with them. Taylor did the 1989 and the Reputation tour with her, which was absolutely incredible. Just respect the heck out of her and that entire team. If you want to see a high functioning, incredibly business oriented establishment, their just entire brand is amazing. But I love Rascal Flatts. I love country music too, being in Nashville. Drake White, if you guys don't know who Drake White is, check him out. Absolutely phenomenal. He'll be the next Chris Stapleton, 100%. He's just amazing. I love good songwriting. Anybody who can tell a story. My whole career is about helping people tell their stories. If you can tell a story in song, it's just even that more incredible.
Where does Bruce Springsteen fit for you? Is there anywhere?
You know, Bruce, I had an amazing moment with him after Hurricane Sandy. We did the Sandy Strong concert out there, and just an amazing human being, an incredible guy. I never really related to his music. It was never my thing, but my dad loves it. So, and I love the 60s music, but it just wasn't my jam.
All right. Well, AJ, thank you for your candor. Awesome. Thank you for your support.
Are you not going to share how crushed you are because that's your idol?
That's okay. No, he's an amazing human being, though.
I'll share if we have time at the end, an amazing Bruce moment that showed to me just the incredible heart and intentionality that the man has. So thank you, AJ. We got some judges, Vivian.
We have Tyler Moynihan in the house and from Redmond, Washington. Woo! Armed with an MBA from Georgetown, he went on to work at AOL Online as project manager, media networks, and then went on to work as account exec at AOL Mobile. Today, Tyler is VP of Business Development at Xylo Group, with a passion to grow businesses via strategic relationships and negotiation, which is his specialty. Welcome, Tyler Moynihan.
Hi, thanks for having me. Looking forward to sharing a bit and learning a bit.
Thanks for being here, man. Awesome. How about a fun fact?
People are often interested in this one. Have you guys heard of or seen West Wing? Or sorry, not West Wing, Westworld?
Yes.
Okay. So my college roommate created it.
That is extraordinary.
So along with it, he wrote The Dark Knight with his brother, and The Prestige. Jonathan Nolan was my college roommate.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's cool.
Yes. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. Like he wrote all three or no?
He was co-writer with his brother, the director. Christopher Nolan is the director.
Okay, so here's my hello to yes for today, Tyler. Can I explore the dynamics of hello to yes with you?
Sure.
I'm being facetious. So what I would love is if there's any way to have Christopher Nolan reverse his position and to extend that into a second trilogy, because he said there's no other trilogy. And I don't like to denigrate anybody's work, but for me, there's no comparison to when Ben Affleck stepped into being Batman, and with Christopher Nolan being out of it, the amazing the predecessor to Ben Affleck has said he will not be in any Batman movie without Christopher Nolan. So the whole genre is stuck. So if you can understand that would be truly amazing.
Sure, I'll take care of it on our break.
And it has to star Sean Callagy. That's really what has to happen.
That's definitely not the case, but yes, thank you. So Tyler, thank you so much for being here, by the way.
Thank you. And today I work for Zillow.
Sorry.
Business development. It's okay.
Zillow, not Xylo, Zillow.
So awesome. Well, thank you for being here, brother.
Ooh, we have John Tumino in from Emerson, New Jersey. Woo, woo.
That's everybody. John, this is like shockingly incredible. So Vivian, tell us about this man.
Oh my goodness. John is like the Jack Bauer on 24, Sean. He is a retired colonel who served in Iraq, taught history at West Point, is a former FBI special agent who worked on squashing economic espionage to responding to the attack on the Twin Towers on 9/11. Today, he's chief operating officer at Sabra Global, a dynamic disabled veteran-owned and operated business supporting where he continues to work on cool stuff like counter drone ops and surveillance systems, Sean. And that is you. Welcome, John Tumino.
Hey, hi, everybody.
Thanks for your service.
Yeah, John, thank you for your service, brother. It is amazing to have you here today. And I had no idea you were coming. And the reason that would be interesting is because John is hailing from the land of the rising Cavo, the Emerson Cavos, which is where I went to high school and my children went to high school.
I saw that big E. I saw that big E on your hat, and I'm saying that looks very familiar.
Yeah, do you know Bob Karsich?
I know the name, but I don't know him. No.
Right. So you came to Emerson, I think. So there's 2 John Tomitos in Emerson. I am present to that reality. Do you know Tom Flatico, John, or no? And Mike Mazzi?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I know Tom. I know the Flatico family.
Yeah. So Tom and I went to high school at Emerson together. He's one of my best friends. He actually works for me at Unblinded and Calgary Law. So Tom Flatico, who was formerly in Mawa, then of Novartis, where he was running compliance international for the Americas. Tom now works here, and I'm presuming, John, you also know Ed Peterson?
Very well.
Yeah, so Ed Peterson, I ended up playing baseball at Columbia and was captain of the team there. And Ed Peterson, because of his contacts with a gentleman by the name of Ed Ford, was the reason that happened. But I've heard a lot about you, by the way, so it's an honor and a privilege through Mr. Peterson, and who I still call Mr. Peterson, and Tom Flatico. So it's awesome to have you here. And how about a fun fact?
Well, who remembers Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky? Okay, well, I was the agent designated to bring the blue dress down to the FBI lab.
Wow. Wow.
Crazy.
That's awesome.
That is crazy. Did you wear gloves?
Sean
John?
is like frozen right now.
I am
You are-
frozen.
You're just back, Sean.
So, John, did you wear gloves, I hope?
He's still.
It was already packaged up. You just carried it out. You know? I mean, it's not like you had the dress and you had to box it up. It was already done.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Okay. Puking now. So that is amazing stuff.
Vivian, am I okay on audio or no?
Yes, now you are. Thank you.
So we have John, we have Tyler, and we have
Steven Steinberg and from Lafayette, California. Whoop, whoop. Yes.
Hey, good to meet everybody.
He went from studying religion at Princeton and ultimately a jurist from the University of California, Hastings College of Law. Today, Stephen is a shareholder principal at Bartko, Zankel, Bunzel, and Miller, a boutique law firm in San Francisco with a focus on patent, trademarks, and all kinds of trade secrets. In fact, 2 years ago, he won the largest judgment ever in an intellectual property case, Sean, in the value of, drum roll please, $845 million.
Not quite the largest ever. One of the largest. I don't want to oversell it.
Sounds good to me, and welcome, Steve.
Thank you.
What's that case all about?
So that case involved our client was a technology company that makes fabrication equipment that helps make computer chips. And they had a couple of former employees who left and joined and started a competing business that quickly developed almost identical technology. And what came out as we got into it was that they had copied tens of thousands of computer files on their way out the door on the day they gave notice, on the day they left, and had used that computer code in their own software to jumpstart their development and catch up and get a big contract with one of our clients' biggest customers. So we had claims for theft of trade secrets and breach of fiduciary duties and other kinds of things like that. And it was a great experience, really fun trial, and we got a great result.
Jury trial or no?
Yes, yeah, it was a jury trial down in Santa Clara County here in the Bay Area.
Congratulations. That is absolutely astounding. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And how about a fun fact besides that fun fact?
Sure. Fun fact about me. So one of the other hats that I wear, I teach 7th grade at my synagogue one day a week. And one of the things that we do with the kids, we have a youth group of 7th and 8th graders, and we take them down to LA every year. This is pre-COVID, of course. So we have a bus full of 7th and 8th graders, and we take them to Disneyland and Magic Mountain and Universal Studios. And it's a great time. We build connections through that shared experience. So I've been to Disneyland with a bus full of 7th and 8th graders almost 20 times. And I love it every time. I always have a great time and get to act like a big kid for a weekend and help them, connect with each other and have fun too.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you. Honor and a privilege And anytime somebody breaches their fiduciary duty in those ways, it's amazing and wonderful to have them brought to justice. Fun fact for me is, first of all, I'm blind. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm a blind guy that taught a blind guy to surf last summer. True statement. And to win at Carnival Games. Story for a different day. But also, I'm one of only 2 attorneys in the country that was in the top 100 national jury verdicts twice between 2014 and 16, and the only one that was blind. And Steve, the fun fact is that both of those were breach of fiduciary duty trials. We did not get into the 9 figures. Those numbers are mind-numbing, brother. So congratulations again.
Thank you. You too. No, I was reading about some of your victories online as well.
No, thank you. You're extraordinary. I love it. And I'd love to hear more. So Vivian, do we have our other contestant, or are we still having technical difficulties?
Well, no, I think Ragina is available to speak. Right?
Yes,
I am. I am.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Amazing. I want to make sure I have the appropriate pronunciation. So can you please give it to me?
Ragini.
Ragini. Okay, Ragini, welcome. And how about a fun fact?
Fun fact. Let me think. Did you know seahorses are the only species where the male actually holds the baby?
No, that's a wonderful fun fact.
Yeah.
Excellent. What's your relationship with horses, Ragini?
Seahorses. Well, you're gonna laugh at this one. Yeah, it's seahorses. So I went to, it was an aquarium, and I always loved seahorses because I saw them in books and fairy tales and things, and I just never knew they existed until I saw them in a tank. And I'm like, oh my God, these things are real. Wow. And they're like very mystical. So they're beautiful creatures.
It's a beautiful and fun, magical fact. So Ragini, welcome. Thank you for being here. And Vivian, I think I heard, I can't be sure, but is the connector to the Untouchables, is that who our role player is today?
That is she. That is Lorelai Mariano in the house. You may know her as the producer of The Real Raw. She's also founder and designer of Bella Roche, her jewelry designs that she is wearing, right, to Lorelai? Worn by top celebs in Hollywood and featured in Fashion Week LA. Lorelai also starred in 3 seasons of The Real Housewives of Orange County and leads a trending high-level mastermind regaled with leaders from the inner circle of Tony Robbins. Her superpower is, as Sean just said, connected to the Untouchables. For her mission is to guide others out of childhood trauma, as she did, which is the subject of her upcoming memoir, Triumph Over Trauma. So welcome, Lorelai Mariano.
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
And what is your fun fact for today, Lorelai?
Hey, I have a fun fact associated with Steven Tyler, popped in my head since AJ's here.
Yes.
So a couple years ago, I was invited by Richard Shaw and team to Steven Tyler's Grammy viewing party gala. And I was hell-bent on getting him jewelry pieces. And I just kind of wanted that moment. And Janie's Fund is so dear to my heart, which was part of proceeds from that were going to Janie's Fund. So I had these pieces and I'm thinking, I can't get in touch. Richard isn't putting me into his line of sight. He's like, no, got to go to his bodyguard. The bodyguard was big and scary. I'm like, I am not going near him. And so I was like, this is not ending until he has my jewelry. So what do? I ended up sitting at his daughter Mia's table. And we had a chat. I said, do you mind giving this to your dad? And so then my friend left her phone in my bag of jewelry. So then Mia messages me on Instagram saying, I got the jewelry, there's a phone in the bag. So it was, anyway, she was really sweet. And that is what happened. That's my fun fact. And I think he got the jewelry, but I'm not quite sure.
So you got your phone back, most of all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was just an interesting ploy to get a second meeting.
Yeah, right.
I just want to say, as a founding member of Janie's Fund, a house for abused women, thank you so much for your support in that, Orly. Really, really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. And I wanted to actually touch on something. I was mentioning this to Sean when I was on a week ago. Sean had he's like, I don't know you're involved with Janie's Fund. And so Sean made an incredible, generous donation on behalf of myself and Unblinded of $10,000 to Janie.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much for,
it's,
you guys don't know. Go visit the houses. There's one in Atlanta, Memphis, and Now it's combined with youth villages. It is an absolutely incredible place where music heals these young women who have been abused. I'll step off that soapbox, but thank you so much for that donation.
Listen, brother, not a soapbox at all. And not my children directly, but people in my extended family have suffered abuse, as I mean, countless people in this country have. And the journey that I've watched people go through and the healing process is beyond, I believe, what people can even consider. So thank you for your great work in the world.
Absolutely. We'd love to chat more about that another time as well.
Thank you. All right. So Vivian, we have heart-centered folk. We have beautiful things happening. We have Ragini back from technical difficulties. Vivian, you are extraordinary. And you were so missed in the week that you weren't here. So welcome back. And how about a final fun fact before we say adieu?
A fun fact. I chased Martin Sheen to get a picture from him relentlessly for 2 blocks. And I got it.
I would love
in New York City. In New York City.
Should have been chasing you. You are wonderful. We love Martin Sheen. We love you. Have a beautiful day, Vivian.
Thank you. Have fun.
Thank you. Awesome. So, Lorelei, let's rock this thing. Let's go since we'll go ladies first with choice. So, Ragini, we have a 1 or a 2, and I will not change it, that are under the table right now. Do you think it's a 1 or a 2?
It's a 2.
He's a 1. So, Ragini, that means AJ chooses whether he goes first or second. AJ, what'll it be?
Ladies first, always.
So, Ragini, AJ is a gentleman, heart-centered, driven about music, has taken you and thrown you under the proverbial bus, and you're going first.
Thank you.
So we just have fun. So Ragini, who would you like Lorelei to be? She'll be anybody that you'd like her to be. She'll be herself, an ideal client, an avatar that might be an ecosystem merger, perhaps somebody to donate money to a fund or to raise money from an investor. Anybody that you want her to be. It's all about going from low to yes, but not like Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street. Not like that. Heart integrous influence. Who would you like her to be?
Somebody who's wanting to sell her house.
Well, and you're ready to sell your house. Let's have some fun, Lorelei. Ragini, you have 6 minutes overall to go from hello to yes. Remember, the yes doesn't have to be like, okay, she'll sell your house with you. It could be whatever you want. It could be just for a longer meeting. The assessment judges in the first round is how much Ragini and AJ open up listening, connect on a heart level. Second round is more like about them and how they're going to solve the pain they expose in the first round and go to a yes. So Ragini, you have 6 minutes, 3 minutes for the first segment. We'll jump in halfway through. Please take us in.
Hey, Lorelei, how are you today?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So I believe you're looking to sell your house. Why are you looking to sell your home?
I wanted to actually just get a little bit bigger, want to be closer to the water. Yeah.
Oh, water. And why do you like the water? What's it about the water that makes you want to sell your home?
Oh, well, it's so, soothing and there's just so much there with being near the water to exercise. And I have I have some family members that are there too. So I wanted to be closer to them.
Oh, that's fabulous. So that would be great. So do you have a time frame when you would like to be near the water with your family, enjoying that beautiful bliss?
Yeah, it would be wonderful to 3 to 4 month time frame would be nice. So, but I'm flexible.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So what we're going to do today is we're going to come up with a plan. I'm going to show you a few options that you have because you always have options. And you always want to choose the best one that's for you, of course. And within the time frame that you'd like to be near the water with your family, enjoying your time. So I think about 60 to 90 days is perfect. So I'm going to take you through all different scenarios and you let me know which one works best for you. And then we could walk through your house and you could actually share all the beautiful things in your home that have been so wonderful for you, that have made memories and you've loved about your house that I can share with all those wonderful buyers that are going to come through that door, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll take a walk through your house and tell me another thing. Is there a price that you were looking to sell your home for? Do you have something in mind?
I'd like to get 3 million. 3 million or so would be a good price point. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So that would take you back to the water with if you sell your house for that amount, and you'd be able to be with your family and enjoy your time.
Yeah, I have the means to scale.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So we're going to show you the market. I'm going to show you all these beautiful houses that are on the market at that price, and how they compare to your home, whether they're better or they're worse, and then maybe we could look at it and see how we could place you so that when people look into the market and they say, "Oh, look at that house. That's really nice." So we want you to stand out. So it's almost like going to a store and you see the dresses and you see the red dress and you're like, "Oh, it's red." And it just jumps out at you and you say, "Oh, I look beautiful in that." So you want it to look inviting, right? And that house the house you have is absolutely gorgeous. So we want to make sure that everybody that goes in there jumps on it and says, "That's the house," right? So we're going to show you how to market it.
Actually, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I have a call, so I'm going to have to get right back to you.
Okay, is it okay if I call you right back in 10 minutes?
Yeah,
After you call? 10
Sure.
minutes is good? Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Lovely, beautiful energy. How did it feel for you?
Thank you.
Yeah. How did that feel for you, that interaction with Lorelei?
It was really, really nice. And I think she was receptive. I think energy has a lot to do with it. And I'm a very energy person. I think I take people's mind they have to focus on what you're saying. So I caught her, I lost her, I caught her. I was like going back and forth with her. I was trying to pull her back in a lot. So I had a good time though. It was fun.
Awesome. Excellent job. AJ. Oh, thank you. AJ, you ready, sir?
I am ready. Absolutely.
Who would you like Lorelei to be?
I want her to be yourself. Absolutely.
Awesome. Please take us in, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Lorelei, how are you?
Hi, AJ. I'm great. How are you doing?
Am I saying that right, Lorelei?
Lorelei, yes.
Okay, perfect. Lorelei, what made you get into jewelry? What made you really get excited about jewelry?
Oh, thanks for asking. Well, I wasn't finding anything that I really liked, and yeah, I just was kind of bored with what was out there. So what I would do is I would take apart my existing jewelry, pull in the stones that I found on my travels or purchased, and just then I realized I really had something and had a talent, and it was a passion. That's how it started.
I love it. Obviously, I love jewelry. I have a great mala on right now.
I love
that
that.
I love different crystals, different things to kind of help me be mindful throughout my day. That's what fashion and jewelry is to me. It's really that mindfulness. It's really that understanding, that memory of where did I get this from? My wife made this for me, by the way, and it just meant so much to me when I was going on a trip away for the first time. She's pregnant with our first child, and she gave me this necklace to say, just be mindful of us and always have them with me. And it's just, I love jewelry for that reason, that it really makes people feel either sexier or more beautiful, or reminds them of that moment that they got it. As I traveled, I feel like I picked up a piece of jewelry everywhere I was to kind of remind me of that moment, So I love that. I love that you pour that similar energy of breaking apart that jewelry to remember what you're doing. How are you currently selling your jewelry?
I am selling through in different boutiques around the country, the Show Mart, but now, we're in COVID. So really just through social media and then different various stores.
Yeah. Are you e-commerce? Are you targeting on social media? Are you really taking that strategic, intentional approach with it, or is it really just organic at this point?
Somewhat organic, and actually I was looking to scale more and to collaborate and find more of a kind of
amazing. Oh my God, amazing. I would love to help you find some incredible creators to collaborate with. I mean, that's just a little bit about me with Coact, our marketing agency. What we do is we take small brands or huge brands. We kind of scale either way. We have 400 creatives over 14 countries that are ready to be activated for your brand. So, we have some amazing creators in Bali. We have some incredible creators in Germany that are ready to kind of collaborate with our brands, with the people that we activate through it. So it's so beautiful that I want to see your jewelry in more places. So I'd love to help you get it there. I mean, stunning. What's that one made out of?
Thank you. Yeah, this is agate.
Oh, beautiful.
And I'm loving talking to you, but I actually have to run and grab this call. Can we connect in a few minutes?
I would love to. I'll hit you back in then.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
AJ, awesome job. Your energy is just so outstanding. Obviously, it's why you're a rock star traveling to 50 countries with rock stars. So beautiful job, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's take it to the judges. Tyler, what do you have? Let's go 30 seconds of feedback for Ragini, like what worked, what could be optimized, and a score on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you have, please?
So I like that she opened it up with a question, why you're trying to sell. That immediately drew Lorelai into the conversation. So I thought that was really good. I like the dialogue, the back and forth, I thought was good. One piece of feedback, I would say, without sort of overselling, try to kind of plant seeds of your credibility in the initial part of the conversation, right? Like, why should when I'm talking real estate agent, why should I choose you out of the hundreds of real estate agents I could choose? Like, what is special about you? Do you have some kind of unique insight into the area where she's selling or where she's buying? So without overselling, I would say, oh yeah, I'm familiar with that area. I've sold 5 houses in that area. I know you're not in the same area probably, but like in real life, that's probably something you do to establish sort of those seeds of credibility.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
I thought it was good. I give her like a 7.
Nice. Excellent. And what'd you have for AJ? 30 seconds, 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds optimized, and a score.
Okay. Yeah, I really like the emotional connection he established immediately on the jewelry front, like connecting it to his wife, the pregnant wife, like really resonated. So like immediately I'm like, wow, this guy really has this emotional connection with jewelry. Like it's something that I can, if I'm into jewelry, I'm not, but like I can understand that. So I love that part of it. Yeah, I don't really have any constructive feedback. I thought it was more like an 8. I love that you did it dynamically, and then I guess one thing for both of you is, I don't know enough about the goals of the other person. So one thing I would have started to ask is like, okay, what are you trying to accomplish with your jewelry business, right? And the same on the house sale. Like, what are your goals? Like, I always try to establish that early.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, excellent job, Tyler. Thank you. Steve, what do you got for Ragini? 30 seconds, please.
Sure. So first of all, I really liked Ragini's energy, very bubbly, and that was infectious. I liked how you asked sort of the follow-up question about what is it about the water and being by the water and trying to create an emotional connection that way. I thought that you could have spent a little bit more time getting Lorelai to tell more about herself and about her goals before you went into sort of the plan of like, here's how we're going to sell your house and here's some of the things we need to talk about to kind of get her talking a little bit more. But otherwise, overall, good job. I would have given it a 7 as well.
Nice. And how about for AJ, Steve?
And AJ, I thought I agree with some of the things that Tyler said. I liked how you created the emotional connection, echoing your feelings about jewelry. Also talking about moments, I mean, that actually really connected with me too. I remember some of these pieces of jewelry that my wife has gotten that I've given her and the moments that it brings to mind. So I thought you did a good job there, and getting Lorelai talking about her jewelry, asking at the end her to show you a piece and tell you more about it. Kind of harking back to earlier in the conversation when she said she pulls things together from different pieces, I thought was very effective. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Nice work.
Thank you. And John, what do you have, my friend, for Ragini?
Well, Ragini, I thought that she was knowledgeable, enthusiastic, positive. She was interested. I just thought that she started and stopped. I wish it flowed just a little bit better. You know what you're talking about, but it seems like you were trying to uncover who Lorelai was, like her personality, and it was very abrupt. It was, okay, let me try this, or let me talk about this. And you knew what to do, and maybe it was just a little uncertain, who she was. So she just stopped and started and didn't really follow through the way she could have in terms of building rapport and bringing her over, on that side. And I thought that the commitment.
And your score?
Oh, my score would be 6.5.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. And how about for AJ, John?
AJ, I just love listening to him because if there was a song that encompass AJ, it would be Sade's smooth operator, right? Because he's winning you over, and it's just there's enthusiasm, but less in a different way, not less or more, but in a different way than Regani. And he was interested, and he took her on a journey, which was great. And I would just rate him just a little bit higher because he kept to his plan, maybe at a 7. But for both of them, I thought that once the clock stopped ticking at about 30 seconds, I wanted to see that commitment go out. It's like, hey, listen, what do you think about me? Do you think we could take it to the next level? As opposed to Lorelai saying, hey, I gotta go. That prompted both of them to say, hey, let me call you back in 10 minutes. Will you do it? I thought that they should have been the ones in the last seconds to say, where should we go from here? Where do we go from here now that all the children have grown up? Little Alan Parsons project.
What score do you have for AJ?
7, 6.5 and 7.
I will tell you, excellent job, judges. Love it. This is a tough judging crew. Like, you guys are doing an amazing job. I love the feedback. This is like episode number 500. Totally appreciate it. Ragini, AJ, I do this every day. You guys really have been outstanding. And that's not, by the way, to say the judges and their feedback is not completely appropriate. It's always just interesting to see the dynamics unfold. I love the feedback. There's like massive intentionality with Tyler, with John, with Steve. But Ragini and AJ, like, truly outstanding. Some of the most uniquely high energy that I've seen in terms of its transference on the Real Raw. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. So excellent. We're going to reverse it this round. AJ, are you ready to go? Because Lorelai's back and her jewelry needs to get across the world. And I was not lost on me. You said 400 people, brother. That's an extraordinary number of people that you got as fine folks in the space that you work in. So please take us in.
Thank you, Lorelai. So great to have you back. All right.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about, where you want your jewelry to be seen and how you're getting it out. But I'd love to know really why do you want that jewelry to be seen? What makes it so that that jewelry represents you or represents what you're trying to do, that deep purpose within it?
That's a beautiful question. Well, I really want to have my jewelry out. I'm creating a spiritual line. I have a men's line, which is rocky, edgy rocker, but I have, a line that's going to really to inspire people who are suffering. And really, I want my jewelry to be seen. So because a portion of the proceeds, go to Janie's fund. And I just want to have a platform, not just about the jewelry, but to incorporate my story, the brand, to tell that story, and to have it like as a series of healing pieces, and a story for each piece that's about what they can do in order to reclaim their lives as well.
I love that. I would absolutely love to help you tell that story. Just a little bit of background about me. I've dealt with women that are abused and men that are abused for a long time now in the space. Obviously helped start Janie's Fund with Steven. And it was a beautiful moment, got to travel as they opened up these houses. But I would love to help you tell that story, create those vignettes, create those passion pieces that we can send out, micro content or full blown throughout those social media places. Whatever platform is really working for you right now, maybe ramp it up a little bit there. Start there with our content pieces and then start to move it, kind of throughout the ecosystem of jewelry, and pair you up with some other great designers. When you have such a passion that you do, I think that purpose really rubs off to everyone else around you, and really get with somebody that's, has incredible success in the jewelry world, collaborate with them on a level where you can start doing brands together and they get excited about your purpose as well. Kimberly McDonald comes to mind. She's one of my very great friends in Atlanta. She's an incredible designer. I'd love to pair you up with her, get you talking with her, and then we can talk about how we can create real honed in content for that end user, for your customer, and find a new way to really market you with that purpose behind it. Not so much that jewelry, but they're seeing that purpose first, and then they're excited about the jewelry they get from you. So I'd love to have you on part of this journey with me. And do you think that it'd be something you'd be interested in?
I'm loving it because I feel your beautiful energy, and there's a lot of synergy. I would be delighted.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, we're going to have a brand audit here. So I'm going to get my creative director on the line, and we'll just dive in.
Perfect. Excited. Thank you.
Thank you.
AJ, great work, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Your first rodeo. Excellent. Let's go. Ragini, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Lorelai needs $3 million. Help her out. Let's go. Thanks.
Hi, Lorelai. I'm glad you're back again.
Hi, thank you for waiting. Thank you.
Absolutely. So while I was waiting, I did, I'm always working. So I wanted to make sure when I got back with you that I had some more information for you. And I did some pricing. And I think that from looking at where everything is in the market, I wanted to show you that if you put your house in between where everything is, not too high, not too low, I think you would be able to capture those people who say, well, this isn't too high, but it's not too low. Let's have a look at it. The wonderful thing is the 3 million price point goes into the luxury division. Now, Keller Williams has a luxury division, so it's white glove service, as we call it. And we do a lot more for our luxury clients because that's what they expect. And I'm sure you expect a lot more. If you walk into a Mercedes showroom, I'm sure you expect what you expect. And that's what we would like to offer you. And the wonderful thing is that with your house, with COVID, what we do is we keep everything safe. So as soon as we do an open house, a showing, we bring in a beautiful, fabulous cleaning crew that actually sanitize your entire home after the open house. So when you walk back in, you feel safe and you feel wonderful. It smells absolutely fantastic, and you don't have to worry about all those people that came in. And so we're
going to walk into a home smelling like cookies, baked cookies.
Baked cookies. We can make that happen too. You let us know. That's why we're luxury, right? So we have the pricing good. And also another thing is, which I do, is I do charity. So I do 5% to women in transition. And they're women basically who are trying to get their lives together, who are battered, who need help to go from one phase of their life to the other. So 5% of the proceeds, and in your case, for $3 million in that commission, it would be fabulous. So that you'd be doing good as well while you sell your house, and you'd be going to a beautiful place. And so what did you think about everything I said?
Well, to tell you the truth, you had me at, helping women, battered women and women who are struggling. You had me there. It's very important to me that I work with someone who has the same belief system, the same heart. It really is, if we're going to be working together. So that was amazing. And I love your energy. So
wonderful. So I think if everything's off the checklist, here's the paper. Let's sign and let's move forward.
All right.
Roger, how did that feel for you?
I'm sorry?
How did that feel for you?
I felt great. I think, and that was honest, by the way. It wasn't because I heard you say something about charity. I actually do that. And that's something I like people to know. So it came out just because I do that. So it was really good. I like to look up my clients before anyways. So I always check out my clients and see what their interests are before I go in for an appointment. I'm sure your Facebook would have said something.
Awesome. So would it be okay? I dropped in as you for a minute, and you're a home owner looking for a sale, and we play with a couple concepts. How would you feel about that?
Wait, say that again, Sean. I'm sorry.
Right. So I was saying, would it be okay if I played you for a moment and you played a homeowner and we just play with a couple concepts?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So, yeah. Ring, ring. Hey, how about your Jill? Hey, Jill, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks so much for taking these 3 minutes. I know you're getting bombarded with people that want to list your home. It's a beautiful and spectacular home. So my name is Ragini again, and I really appreciate this moment. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes, I am being bombarded actually, and it's very annoying.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Well, actually, I can imagine because I speak with incredible people like yourself, Jill, all the time. So Jill, my question is, this is obviously all about you, your vision, your mission. What's prompting, if I could ask, you to decide to sell your spectacular home?
Well, I have finally no kids in the house, and I can actually move anywhere I want to move. And so I've decided to do that.
That's beautiful. I'm hearing a sense of like beautiful freedom in this transition. And how are your children doing?
They're doing very well, thank you.
Yeah, awesome. And what's the vision? So I hear freedom. I hear like move anywhere. Like, what are you thinking?
Pebble Beach.
Nice. Can I ask what brings Pebble Beach like to the top of?
I love Pebble Beach because I'm in heaven when I go there and I never want to leave. So I'm just going to go there and stay.
Well, Ragini, we love that. So the question is how to get you there. And like when you think of an amazing, optimal experience in working with a professional to help you go from your beautiful home to Pebble Beach forever, what do you think about? Like what's there for you?
Effortless.
So anything else? So effortless. What else?
Putting the money I need in my pocket.
And what are you thinking that you need?
Well, let's see. I'm going to need about $15 million.
Nice. Okay. And have you looked at any comparables in the area? Because I have. Have you like taken that snapshot yet?
I have. I've looked at the pricing, but I think I have a very unique home and it's very different to the others. And so therefore, if I have to sell it, it's only going to be at a price point that I want.
So in our final minutes, would it be okay? Because I'm hearing your focus, your desire for like absolute effortlessness and a number. So can I share just a little bit about myself?
Sure.
So I love the word effortless. What I would have said is free. And I think they're synonymous with what you're looking for. I want you to be free in this process, Jill, from start to finish. And people say that, but the standard I've set for myself and understand that you have so many choices and options in the realtor that you work with, that the standard for you has to be absolute like invisibility, effortlessness, and peace. And that's what I intend to bring, number one. Number two, I will always be transparent and direct with you. That 15 million number is not unattainable, but it is a very real number that's at the higher end of what's possible. And if that's what it takes to have this work, I'm committed to getting that for you. And there's mechanisms and ways to do that. And that's my genius and my specialty. In these final 15 seconds, I tell you, I also work with purpose. And the reason I went into this entire mission and vision was not only to support people, but to also bring good in the world. So 5% of everything that I earn goes to a foundation to help people, women who've been battered and found massive challenge. So I know that's not enough to make a decision for you at this point. All I would ask is a 30-minute conversation, it could be 15, to demonstrate to you how we will make this effortless and give you the greatest possibility of bringing in $15 million, because there's some tiny distinctions that are critically important. And I love that opportunity. So how does that sound for you to spend 15 more minutes in a conversation, Jill?
Actually, it sounds pretty good. You seem to be someone who knows what I need.
Awesome. Okay, out of roll. Ragini, how did that feel for you?
It was great. It was actually very good, but I'm again a very what do you call it? A numbers person. So I like to hear what people have to say, but I'm also someone who likes concrete stuff. So if we had that conversation and the next 15 minutes was not something where you could produce it via numbers or product or facts, you'd lose me.
Yeah, of course. So the whole concept, right, is in a short exchange of 3 minutes.
Correct.
How do we buy the next 15 minutes?
Correct.
Right. So that's in that dynamic. The hello to yes was to buy another 15 or 30 minutes. So.
But I like the way you structured it, Sean. It was very well structured.
Well, thank you, Ragini. So excellent work. Let's rock it with the judges. So John, what do you have for AJ, please?
Well, I thought that AJ, he put it all together very, very nicely. He was relatable again. He moved it along. And right at, I think he was looking at the time, because right at the end, he started moving towards, I need a commitment. So Mellow Yellow has come through. I thought it was really, really good. 8.5.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. How about for Ragini?
Ragini, I just think blew it away and did much better the second time than her first time. She had a plan. She related. I mean, I don't know if it was the estrogen thing going, but she tapped into Lorelai, and while, man, I think I could listen to AJ play, and I was leaning towards AJ. Ragini blew it away, and she gets a 9. She gets the higher score from me because of the total relation, and she got the commitment. She and AJ was almost there, and they moved on, but Lorelai was hook, line, sinker. She was there, and I got to give it. But I didn't think AJ was bad. Don't get me wrong; they both improved, but I got to give it to Ragini.
I mean, 2 rock stars for sure. And John, as you are, thanks so much for being here today. And may I share a quick additional fun fact?
Sure.
Through Ed Peterson, I ended up having the former head of white collar crimes for the Manhattan office of the FBI come down to a law firm in South Florida about a decade ago. And that was Scott Rothstein's office. And we were, in fact, the first people to report Scott Rothstein to the FBI, which is the largest Ponzi scheme in the history of South Florida, raised $1 billion. So I thought you might appreciate that fun fact as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Do you remember that case at all or no?
You know what? Those cases I would hear them in the periphery, but I was a CT. I was a counterintelligence guy. So prior to you getting on, that was my thing. Because I'm the opposite of Jack Bauer. I want to just bring the terrorists to justice as opposed to stopping the spies. Well, interacting with the spies.
Thank you for all you've done to keep us safe, man.
Hey, y'all, I have a hard 305 out. I am so sorry. That's just the time I had. I have a hard 305 out, and I deeply apologize.
No, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. This was like mind-opening and beautiful. And Sean, let's all connect very, very soon, okay?
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you, AJ.
Bye.
Great to talk with you, AJ.
Great talking.
Awesome. Hey, so let's get everybody on their way. Thanks for your time, patience. Steve, what'd you have? Let's just go at this juncture for Ragini.
So I thought Ragini, again, the energy kept coming through. Loved it. I liked bringing up the cleaning crew. I thought, just sort of connecting with current events and current stresses and anxiety, that's obviously top of mind for folks. So I thought that was great to bring that up. And then connecting it back to the community service, the donation aspect. I think you sensed that Lorelai there was a larger purpose to it, not just the dollar figure. And so I'm glad you connected with that. So nice job on the second round.
Awesome. And what was your score?
I would say an 8.5 on the second round. Great job. And you got to yes. So well done.
And Steve, thanks for being here, man. How was your day on the Real Raw today?
This was fun. I didn't know really what to expect, but it was a good time and very educational. Interesting to see different people's approaches to making connections, especially online. I think it's challenging these days, and so it's been a great time and good to meet everybody.
Great to meet you. Thanks for being here. And Tyler,
thank you.
Ragini.
Yeah, I thought she did a good job. I liked. Particularly at the end, one thing I do is ask, so what do you think? You were getting feedback like real time. So you gave yourself the ability to save it if something didn't go right, and you would have been able to catch that. So one thing I thought you did was really good. A piece of advice I'd give you is before you kind of launch into your solutions, I would make sure you understand what problems you're trying to solve first. Like you're not quite sure what was going to hit. I think you got a little bit lucky, unless I missed something in part of the first conversation about the charity stuff. But you talked about, the pricing a little bit. You talked about luxury. You talked about the cleaning crew. But you're kind of like the shotgun approach. Whereas if you had asked her more questions about you could have unearthed some of those things and then framed your solution as meeting those problems. Like you would have picked up on the charity piece, and then you would have led with the charity piece in terms of your solutions. And I think you would have made a stronger connection. So I give you a 7. I thought it was good. But I think about framing your solutions with the problem in mind.
Excellent, friend. Excellent work, Tyler. And thank you for being here. And how was your time on the Real Raw today?
It was fun. I get to do this and train people on my team to do this very thing. So it's fun to talk about it.
Awesome.
And I can learn from others too.
Yeah. So. Well, thank you for being here. And Ragini, great job today. How was your day?
Thank you. It was a very nice experience. I loved it, and this is something that I just have never done before. So for me, it was a first, and it was very interesting. Thank you for having me here.
Well, you did a great job, and we've had a number of rock stars from your world, and I think we might have actually had the founder from Keller Williams on, or certainly a C-level person on about a month ago. So I'll have to fact check that. But thank you so much for being here, Ragini.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Lorelei, great job today. We're gonna take this sucker home. Any final from you, my friends?
Just the shared experiences are everything. And we actually, if you want to join us on Monday nights at 7 o'clock, we have we've changed the name now. What's the name, Sean?
So what is Unblinded? Why Real Raw?
Yeah.
So what's this all about? What are we doing here? And we've had more than 2,000 amazing people like yourselves on since COVID began. And we have a lot of great stuff going on. And Lorelei, I am super appreciative for all that you do. If this is the end, let's always remember that influence is a superpower, but hopefully it's just the beginning. So love you guys. And Lorelei, we are all blind.
Just learning to see.
Great job. Thank you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Care.